All right, good morning. Good morning. All right. That's why you guys didn't respond. All right, afternoon. Man, this has been a really good process as far as trying to get the roster to 53. And listen, we know it's still fluid. And then making sure that we look at how the practice squad is going to go. And it's been a really good process. Obviously, it's my first time going through this process. Mooch's first time going through this process, as the GM. But it's been outstanding. And I give a lot of credit to the scouts. I give a lot of credit to Mooch and how we handle this process. And it's like, again, it's still fluid, and we're still looking at guys. The guys that we have claimed, Essapul, tackle, developmental guy, which I think he has a lot of tools. I look forward to working with him. Cam Jones from he was with Kansas City, a linebacker. Very productive player, very productive. I'm looking forward to him getting with these linebacking crew and really making noise on the special teams for us. And then Jelani Woods, a huge tight end that's going to help us as a blocker and as a receiver. So looking forward to those guys getting here. Again, this is still a fluid process. We're going through a lot of things right now. But I like exactly how we handle this process. So any questions?
So you haven't decided on the 3 corresponding moves yet?
It's still fluid.
Yeah.
Still fluid.
What made you feel comfortable with Gibson as the punt returner? It seemed like there was a competition there between Pritchett.
Yeah. Listen, Pritchett did a really good job for us. But there's more than just the preseason games that everybody sees. There's a ton of practice time that Gibb has done an outstanding job. We counted most of his reps as far as a punt returner, and I think he was 145 strong without dropping a punt and actually catching it the way that I see that a punt returner should catch it. So I feel really confident with him in that aspect. And man, he is dynamite. When he gets in the open field. So. It's always hard when you come to these things, but, man, there's more to it than just looking at that one game. There's a ton of practice time that you have to look at.
What are your plans at center?
Say it again?
Your plans for the center position.
To play a center.
You'll start a center?
Yep.
Okay. Who is it?
A center. Yep.
Not saying.
A center.
How do you think that position battle played out over the course of the summer?
It's still playing out.
Can you go right up till Thursday before game week without it deciding?
That'll be my decision.
You said on Monday, I guess, still kind of training camp mode?
Yep.
Is that still the case?
Absolutely. We're working against each other because we have a ton of time, all right, to get ready for Pittsburgh. And we are looking at Pittsburgh. But, man, I want to make sure that we stamp today as really our true last day of true training camp, that we finish it up like we need to. I don't want to miss a day. I don't want those guys to think, man, we're jumping to something else when we're trying to put a stamp on the things we want to create during training camp.
What do these next 4 days look like for the staff and for the players?
So practice today. Tomorrow we have a luncheon with the players, and coaches and players will be off for a while. Come back Monday and get ready to go.
Do you want them to get away from it completely, clear your heads, or you saying?
Well, everybody's different.
Right.
And I've always said this, because I get this question a lot. Do I get burnt out? You don't get burnt out on something that you love. So it's different for some people. Some people want to continue to look at their playbook and get going. Some people want to just get away from it all, and I'm not going to judge anybody on how they operate that way. The thing is, once we get back Monday, we're getting ready to work.
How are you with that as a player? As with breaks, and how will you be as a coach these next 4 days?
Well, it's hard for me to get away from it, but that's just me. I have to watch it some way, shape, or form. My family understands that also, So again, this is what I love to do. So again, it's hard for me to get burnt out on something I love.
When you look at going into next week and everything like that, what do you think was the biggest thing you accomplished over the last 6 weeks, 5 weeks, whatever?
That's a good question. The only thing I really focus on is making sure that everything that we talk about, going back from OTAs to right now, that we stamp. And I think on a number of things that we did do that. There's still some things that we have to work on, and I know it wasn't going to be perfect, but those things that we talk about as a unit, which again I keep to myself. I think we did a really good job trying to stamp some of those things.
As you've gone through this process and had to make all these decisions with
Yep.
Luigi, like how would you say your relationship with Luigi has kind of grown as you've gone through all these?
It's become very, very personal because when you spend that much time with somebody, you not only go through the football process and things like that, but as far as family, as far as how you operate just on a daily basis, kids, all that different stuff, that starts to get into the mix. So I think once you start to get into that arena with somebody, man, that relationship really grows. It really grows to a level to where the trust factor is just like so high with each other that you can just you can get out of any situation no matter what. And that's one of the things that we pride ourselves for as an organization. No matter the situation, man, we can come out all right.
Skinner, was that another tough decision, and what went into that?
Every decision as far as cutting guys is tough. He made a lot of plays, during the preseason. But again, there's more than just the preseason games that you got to look at. And listen, he deserves to be in this league, and I'm sure he's going to be in this league. So, but again, it was another tough decision.
Anything surprise you in the last couple of days? You said it's the first time going through this process. Your reaction to it, or something?
Not really. When it comes to surprising me. Again, I've been privy to these conversations. I've been privy to understanding the process as it goes. You're just more in depth as a head coach and making these decisions. So I think everything was just status quo as I thought it would be. But it was good for me myself to have to go through these situations.
Okay, kind of a coaching philosophy question.
Yep.
Do you believe that, like, in your philosophy, the quarterback should be an extension of the head coach? And if so, how is he an extension of you?
Well, when you say extension, that's a term that can mean a lot of different things. I do believe that the head coach quarterback relationship has to be on point. I do believe that because you want to be wired a certain way as far as how you think the game should be going, especially in game management situations. You have to be on the same page. There's a number of coaches. Like, I don't know if Belichick and Brady, I don't know if he was an extension, but the thing is they understood each other. And to me, I think more into that aspect than anything else. So me and Justin talk every day. He's in my office, majority of days that he's here. Now, we make sure that relationship between me and him is on point. And we talk about football, like, constantly. And to me, that means a lot to me. And, we're going to continue to grow that way.
Couple more.
Do you see him getting into regular season mode for quarterback?
Do I see him getting into regular season mode? Again, as far as true Pittsburgh talk, very small conversations about that. It's been more bigger conversation on what we're doing right now as far as finishing out this training camp. I know for a fact that as we move forward, it will be. But he's getting ready to end training camp the way that I want to make sure we end it.
Have you gotten a sense from Jermaine of just how anxious he is to be back out there after a year away from football?
It's hard not to with that player, So, but you want players that you have to pull the reins back instead of telling them, let's giddy up. So he's been excited to get out there and get ready to go. And it's, guys, when you have a guy like that you have this season-ending injury, it kind of puts things in perspective of, man, just how quick this game could be gone, like instantly. So with his personality and knowing that he was out for a year, I mean, it's a no-brainer he's going to be ready to come back.
You first noticed him at the Senior Bowl, right?
Yep.
What stood out to you then about him?
Very violent. I love his size. I love his length. He wants to get after the quarterback. Like, he's one that really wants to get after the quarterback, but not just that. He wants to make sure he's doing a hell of a job when it comes to stopping the run also. Usually when you have a guy of that nature, either they're run stoppers or they're pass rushers. And he has a combination of both. So that stood out like big to me, when I first saw this guy. And then the mentality of how he's wired, like, that really stood out to me.
Thanks, everybody.
All right.